Howfade Guam, Nanhusi Joanna Delphin from the Joint Region Marianas Public Affairs Office, and thank you for joining us for this segment of Island Connections. Today, instead of me teaching others how to speak Chamorro, I'll be learning some Chamorro phrases of my own. Howfade gat songhu, hapatata manuha?
Howfade gat songhu, todo maulik.
Nihi zata amotsa? Did I say that right?
Kalandinansi lo in Chamorro, the syllable stress is the second to the last syllable.
Okay.
And so therefore the phrase should be said this way, Nihi zata amotsa.
Okay, let me try. Nihi zata amotsa.
That's right.
Okay, so the stress is at the end.
The second to the last syllable.
The second to the last
right.
syllable. So,
yes.
Nihi zata amotsa, which
And,
means we should go to lunch.
Right. That's why in Chamorro, if you really hear when Chamorros are calling people by their first name, they would say Tony, Rufina, Dorotea. It's the second to the last syllable.
Okay.
All right, and that's where the stress is at.
So if I were to greet a friend and I would say to them, we should go to lunch. Nihi zata amotsa.
That's correct because you're stressing the syllables correctly.
Okay, and
Yeah.
if my friend were to respond to me, where should we go and eat? How would he say that in Chamorro?
Amanu na malago ho umamotsa.
Amanu na malagu ha umamotsa.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Amanu na malago ho umamotsa.
Okay.
Because the base word, all base words in Chamorro, if there is more than one syllable, the stress is on the second to the last syllable. And that's why you said amanu na malago ho umamotsa.
Okay. Okay. So there are words in Chamorro that have different. The stresses are usually more towards the end. Is that what I'm?
No, it's not usually. That's the rule.
The
it's
rule.
Always
it's
the
always
second
towards
to the
the
last
Oh,
syllable.
okay. So that's why when people say half a day.
Right, yeah,
it's
that's
half
right.
a day.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's right. They say hafa day.
Okay.
Right, not the hafa day. No, it's
Okay.
the reverse.
Okay, Tony. So let's say there's a new restaurant that I want my friend and I to go to. It's like across the street.
Right.
I'm gonna try to say it in Chamorro. You let me know if I say it correctly.
Yeah, okay.
So, Guaha Nuebu na restaurant ni mababa gi ocho na bandan salan. Is that right?
It's again correct because you're using the Chamorro words. It's the stresses that are not exactly correct.
Okay.
So it should be said this way: Nihi, Guaha Nuebu na restaurant gi ocho bandansalan nihi za ta amotsa guihi. Guaha Nuebu na restaurant gi ocho bandansalan nihi za ta amotsa guihi. Yes.
So I think it's
Yeah.
important to note that not every phrase or word in English translates directly into Chamorro. Is that right?
That's true because you have to remember that in everyday language, in any language, whether it be English or Chamorro, Spanish, whatever, we are using the colloquial expressions. Or if we don't, we start to begin to sound like a book, and we're not a book. We are people that are speaking continuously, and that's why you have these shortcuts in language because you're speaking, or because you can allow that in the speech process. Now, when you get to the more formal, when you write, then you do the formal writing. That's just the nature of all languages, yeah. But
So-
you can shortcut.
So the conversation that you and I
It's
just
very
shared,
colloquial.
It's very everyday conversation. Is
Right,
that correct?
yeah,
Okay.
right, yeah.
So we would use this kind of conversation more for everyday speech as opposed to you wouldn't put this in a book, right?
It's not ordinary what you would find in a book. It'll be more formal. Like for example, you'll probably say, "Hafa a day gatsung, hafa tatat manuho, hafa a day gatsung toru maulik." It's almost the same as what we said, but again, there are some you can just say "hafa lai," which is just "What's up?" what's going on, I would probably use that too.
So if
But,
I were
yeah.
greeting my friends, I could just say hafalai, or even
Right.
just hafa.
Or huffa.
Huffa?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Because remember, because speech allows you to do that.
Okay.
But in a book, if you're writing something, you just say huffa, and then you're going like this. Well, huffa what? You see where I'm getting at, right?
Oh,
but,
okay.
but in speech, there is that other added dimension of the communication process, the body language, and the site and the place where the speech is taking place.
Well, that's our show for today, Guam. Thank you for joining us for this segment of Island Connections. I'd like to thank Mr. Tony Ramirez from the Department of Parks and Recreation for being with us today, trying to teach me how to speak proper Chamorro. Tony, is there anything you'd like to say to our viewers?
No, I just want to say happy day to everybody, and to all the viewers of this program, this channel. And please, edzek, tungo, that means learn, and speak Chamorro, because we are, that's also an official language here in Guam. So, Sidzus Maasi for this opportunity to talk to the viewers.
Buen provecho.
Okay, thank you so much.
Adios, Guam.
Adios.